Hi, my favorite creator. Yes, don't tell the others. It is me again, Laura, your host of the Travel Creator Podcast, talking to you about newsletters and why the heck they work for you as a travel creator. In case you don't know, I'm a huge email marketing nerd, and I also love to organize content in a way your type A BFF would approve of. Anyway, before I exhaust myself, let us get into the world of newsletters. And if you've been hanging around the Travel Creator Podcast for a while, you freaking know how much I love newsletters. And this episode is going to be a little bit of a listicle reasons why they work for travel creators, because I think they get a little lost in the sauce and they can work damn well. So let's get into it. Marie, roll the music. Okay. So the first reason why newsletters work for travel creators is because they are cost effective. They are cost effective on time and resources. The only real costs of creating a newsletter is the time that you spend creating that content. And P.S., my big rule is that your newsletter should be 80% content you have already shared before and 20% content that nobody has ever seen before. So that 80% should be repurposed content from your other social channels, and that 20% should be content that nobody has seen from you yet. It should be content that is like, this is what's new with me. Like if it was me, for example, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you might learn that I have been in Arizona. That's kind of it. To be honest, I don't share too many personal things in my newsletter, but I do share things that you won't find anywhere else. That, for example, one is that one of my digital products is increasing in price, and only my newsletter subscribers know about it so they can get the best deal before the price goes up. So those kinds of things. It doesn't have to be always personal things. That's another misconception about newsletters, is that everything you share has to be personal, when in fact it doesn't have to be at all. So that time you are spending creating your newsletter, you are also creating content you can use in other areas of your online presence. Like some of my very best performing content on Instagram has been repurposed from my newsletter. Okay, I'm also going to be pulling some information from you on why newsletters work for creators from the local news institute from Northwestern, because I want you to stay educated and not just take my word for it. I want you to find actual sources. So a lot of the times when you first meet someone, they're not immediately going to be like, yes, let me give you my money. But a lot of people are willing to give you their email address, and that breaks such a big barrier, because then you're able to warm them up from there. It's another reason they work for travel creators, because someone might be like, I actually don't need your massive packing list for this continent, because I'm actually not going there. But I am interested to see what you would share in your newsletter around the topic of packing for a different continent, because I'm sure there's things I'm missing because you're a seasoned traveler. Another reason why we love newsletters for travel creators is because they help to build relationships. It's so much easier to build a relationship with somebody when it is literally landing in their inbox with their name attached to it, being like, hey, Laura, hey, insert name, this is what I was up to. What are you up to? Sort of vibe is so much easier to create a relationship with, rather than a video that you have literally 3 seconds to hook somebody with. I want to share with you this quote from Jim Bradley, who is the CEO of Spirited Media. He says, people follow 4,000 people on social media, but nobody gets 4,000 email newsletters. Yeah, it's pretty true. It's a really good point, because we don't want to give our email address to everybody. We want them to give us something in return, and then we'll give it to them. And half the reason we give it to them is because we want to feel a deeper connection with them. Okay, he continues with this quote that I have to share with you. You have given them a piece of information that you do not give out easily, which is an email address. And when you give that out, it shows some sign that you have some faith and some trust in this organization or this person. That tells the organization or the person that you might be up for a deep relationship, whether that's a subscriber or a member or an event attendee. So basically, an email address is cool, let's go on a date maybe. And then when you're sending them the newsletters, it's cool, we're dating now. Have you heard the term comfort creator? Have you ever considered that you could be a comfort creator for somebody? So when you send newsletters repeatedly on a timely basis, on a weekly basis, like your subscribers get to know, okay, the Content Compass comes out at like 6 a.m. every Tuesday. Once you get into that rhythm and they get into understanding that rhythm as well, it can bring them comfort. It can bring them comfort and a sense that like, okay, I know it's coming, and then begin to trust you more. Newsletters are also super personal because the people who sign up for your newsletter, they want to hear from you. And like, why does that work for travel creators? Because it's likely that you're good at telling stories and they like what you're sharing. Even if you are like a budget traveler and there are other budget travelers, people subscribe to you because they like you. If you have a community online, you are ready to have an amazing newsletter community because it's about being loyal. Newsletters are loyalty. And the people who are invested in your online community are going to be super invested in your newsletter because it's like an extension of you. And like I mentioned, they're going to get content that they don't get anywhere else. So if you are posting like a content series or something that your audience is responding really well to, you can just additionally add that community on your newsletter, just like bump them over there. And you're probably wondering like, why should I even do that? And that's because you don't own your social media content and you've literally spent so long building a community on social media. And maybe it's even likely you spent an hour on one social media post before. That's kind of crazy when you say it out loud. But it could all go away at any moment without us knowing. And Meta and YouTube and TikTok are way too freaking busy to respond to every single creator who loses their account access. So a newsletter is really a backup plan, and it's something that you can use in your creator business forever, no matter how big or how small your business is. Another reason they work for travel creators is because when you share content in your newsletter, unlike social media, when you press send on your newsletter, it goes directly to every single person on your list. You can't say that about posting on social media. You can't say that when you hit published, you know that 100% of all of your followers are going to see your post, because they're not. But when you hit send on a newsletter, it's going to go to 100% of your audience. And because it is this personalized content that they know is so good from you, a lot more of them are going to see it than if you just posted on social media. So you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I see the ways why this could work for travel creators, but like, what do I do now? Well, the 7-day newsletter challenge is where this all ties in and comes together for you. In that challenge, you go from never sending a newsletter before, or maybe even ghosting your email list, to be honest. And by the end of it, you are sending a newsletter on the 7th day to subscribers who love you. So it teaches you everything from how to gain subscribers consistently month over month, including like my favorite strategy I still use today to gain newsletter subscribers all the time. That is completely underrated and nobody talks about it. To setting up your email sending software, creating a template, creating the actual sections or content of your newsletter. A lot of the times I hear from creators, I don't know what to send in my newsletter. And I'm like, let's look what we've already shared before online and let's make it work for your newsletter. As well as giving you one of those repeatable sections. Side note is going to be, or spoiler alert, one of those repeatable sections is going to be a highlight from you that is new, that people who follow you online don't know about unless they subscribe to your newsletter. You're then going to learn how to gain those subscribers, like I said, and you're going to learn how to make a newsletter consistent part of your weekly process. So it really can be as easy as sending a text message, and that's literally why I created this challenge, because I think it can be, and it's such an incredible tool for travel creators. If you want to know more about it, the link to grab it is going to be below for you, but I would love to answer your questions about it as well. You can send those to me at Travel Content Writing on Instagram, but I want to know, do you have a newsletter? If you have one, send me a message on Instagram because I would like to subscribe. I want to see what's going on. I want to see your newsletter. And if you jump in on the 7-day challenge, I have part 1 of the challenge. You actually get to reply to the email and ask for my direct feedback. So you get a little bit of personalized coaching and support in there as well. But let me know if newsletters are something you are even considering, I'd love to know on Instagram. What do you think about them in general? Have I changed your mind? Okay, I'm wishing you the happiest of creating, and I will see you soon.